Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with others. Today's story is The Children's Guide to Autism, written by Fiona Reeves and illustrated by Billy Allison. Different brains. Every person is different. They like different things and they behave differently. They think different thoughts. Your brain controls how you think and feel and move. Every person is different because we all have different brains, but they usually work in nearly the same way. People with something called autism have brains that work more differently to other people. That isn't bad, it's just different. They were born with brains that work differently and will always have brains that work differently. It is not the same as being ill. The autism spectrum. Every person with autism is different. That's why it's called a spectrum. The autism spectrum. For example, some people with autism might not speak at all, and other people with autism can speak amazingly well. Some people with autism will find things difficult that most people find easy, like brushing their hair. They might also find things easy that most people find difficult. Understanding people. People with autism can find it hard to understand body language or know how somebody else is feeling. For example, whether they are happy, sad, scared, excited, interested, or bored. They can also find it difficult to know and understand the usual thing to say or do in a situation. They might say or do something that is surprising and unexpected to other people because their thoughts and feelings work differently, or they don't understand what's happening around them. This can make other people think they are odd and not want to spend time with them, which is sad because people with autism love to have friends, but their autism makes it difficult to make friendships. People with autism usually make very honest and loyal friends. The right words. When asking a person with autism a question, think about the words you use because they will answer exactly the question you ask. If you ask them, "Would you like to play football?" they might answer no, because they don't want to play at the moment. But if you had asked, "Would you like to come and play with us?" they might have answered yes. They are honest about how they are feeling. Next time you ask, they might be ready, so don't give up asking. Communicating. A person with autism might take a long time to think about what you have said to them before they answer, so be patient and wait. They might talk for a long time about something they really like. For example, trains, natural disasters, Minecraft. Or they might repeat something they've heard in a film or read in a book or even that you have said to them. Noticing details. Some people with autism have amazingly detailed memories. They can remember every word said in a whole film they've only seen once and can repeat it all, or remember a book they read a year ago. Or they might remember something they've seen so well that they can draw every single detail accurately from their memory. Senses. For most people with autism, their senses can play tricks on them. A room might look a lot smaller than it is. They might hear a sound a lot louder or a lot quieter than other people. They might talk loudly or shout a lot. If they hear things quietly, then they need to make more noise. A gentle touch might feel painful, or a hard hit might feel soft. A smell, taste, or texture might be upsetting. They might like to chew things. When their senses play tricks on them, it can make them feel bad. They might feel scared or trapped and need to escape. They might shout, hit, try to hide, or cover their ears. They could flap their hands or make rhythmic movements like rocking to try to comfort themselves. Making humming noises might help block out the other scary senses. If it all gets too much, their brain might just shut down for a while for a rest. Busy, noisy places can be very difficult for someone with autism. It also makes it difficult to realize when someone is calling your name or trying to talk to you. It can be difficult to get the attention of someone with autism to tell them something, particularly if there is a lot going on around them. If someone with autism is struggling with a noisy and busy place, then try to help them to get to somewhere quieter. You could ask an adult to help. Coping with change. Things changing from the way they are normally done can be difficult and scary for someone on the autism spectrum. Traveling in a different car, going swimming in the morning instead of the afternoon, or being collected from school by a different person could be distressing. People with autism like to know what is going to happen later in the day so that they are prepared for it and it is not a surprise. Liking things to be done the same way can also mean that sometimes they expect games to be played in exactly the same way every time and can get upset if that doesn't happen. Difference is great. We need everybody in the world to be different so that there are different ideas. Some people with autism are amazing scientists. Their different way of thinking lets them think of brilliant new ideas for explaining how the universe works. Every person has things they are good at and things they need help with, whether they have autism or not. Now you know what can be difficult for someone with autism and why. It will help you to understand them. Be patient and kind, and think of ways to help them when you see that they are struggling. Or invite them to join in your game if they come and say something to you, or give you something. About the author. Fiona Reeves lives in Manchester, UK with her husband Mark and two children, Aaron and Thomas. Thomas was diagnosed with autism when he was 6 years old, and he loves reading. Fiona wrote this book to explain Thomas's autism to him and his friends in a factual way rather than a story about a specific character with very specific symptoms, as autism isn't like that. Fiona has primarily worked as a software engineer and website developer. www.fionareeves.co.uk. About the illustrator. Billy Allison lives with his lovely wife Shelley and their two sons Clay and Taylor. He is an experienced artist who has primarily worked in the animation industry and has also spent time working in the games world. In animation, he has worked on many TV series and commercials and animated various pilot projects. www.blymation.com. I leave you with this from Ephesians 6, the armor of God. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the full armor of God so that you will be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the full armor of God, so that you will be able to resist in the evil day, and having done everything to stand firm. Stand firm, therefore, having girded your loins with truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace.